Alright, guys, I'm bored. Let's make a video. Alright, this happened to me yesterday. Okay, so I was trying something new out, right? I don't get out much. I don't go meet people much because I know how they are. But every once in a while I get bored, want to try something, right? So I go on this site. It's just a general site. I'm not gonna list it or say it here, but it's just for, talking, chatting, and for people of like mind to get together, right? And kind of reminiscent of the Yahoo chat rooms from years and years ago, Yahoo or MSN, right? Well, I know there's a whole lot of AI going on right now. So they can sift through your information and feed it back to you. And but anywho, so I get contacted, private message by somebody, right? And it seems like it's a girl, 32 years old, she said. That's a little young for me. I'm about 50, so she's almost young enough to be my granddaughter. Oh, age is just a number for me. I was like, well, sometimes. Anywho. But you know what? You can just chat on the level, whatever. Make small talk, whatever. But that's what it's all about, is small talk, right? First. Okay? I don't go, I'm not 20 years old to go 0 to 100 in a minute because I'm a horny young man anymore. Okay? Now, okay. So she supposedly, her husband left her and she's got a 4-month-old or something, like even a 4-year-old. It's like, what the fuck? But she wants me to come basically pump and dump her or something. I'm like, wait, what? And this is after just making a little bit of small talk. Now, originally when they got a hold of me, I was apprehensive, but we'll make some small talk and see how this goes for a second. And I was right. It's either a fake person or AI or something. Probably a big fat dude, 60 years old, sitting in his mommy's basement or something, right? But anywho, in a city a few hours away, it's like, well, first of all, I don't drive, and even if I did have a vehicle and can do whatever I wanted, I probably wouldn't go driving up there to go meet this person, because I'm like, well, first of all, there's all sorts of red flags going on. I was like, yeah, I can go up there and I end up wake up in a hotel packed in ice minus a kidney, right, or something. But then they said, well, what about your kid? First of all, because, okay, if I'm going to be with somebody and they got a young kid, for a lot of people, that's a deal breaker. For me, it's not necessarily, but I got to get to know you first. And if you're a single mom, you need to be worried about who you're inviting into your home. I mean, come on, I was going to make any judgment calls on this person, but I'm thinking that. I'm like, well, and I'm not a prude by any means. However, I'm very careful about who I associate with. You got to be careful about that, especially these days. It's like, what? I mean, even if I know this person and talk to him, but I'm like, what? I was like, no. I ain't gonna, no. I come to you. I was like, what? No. I was like, no. It's like, what the hell? I don't know if this was actually a real person, then I hope that person gets help. I mean, you can't be just inviting strange men into your life when you have a young child. I mean, come on, man, what the hell? I'm not a threat, but they don't know that. And, I'm old enough where, I don't know if they're a threat, right? You can say anything you want online, and then you get to meet in person. No picture. I don't know what this person looks like. Right, at all. They didn't send a picture, nothing, and I didn't ask for one either. But I was like, what? You 0 to 100 and like that? And I was like, nah, this has got to be a fakie, But yeah, be careful out there, you young pups. I know what it's like being a young pup, and you're young and wired and ready to go with any lady that's willing. But be careful. And let's say it was a pretty halfway decent pretty lady. Not too bad, or whatever. You don't know if she's got AIDS or warts, or, come on now. That's another threat that you got to worry about. That's a real threat you got to worry about. So, anyhow, but that was weird. So, every once in a while I get bored. But, it's funny because a lot of online, I mean, it's AI now, and you got to pay attention. Now, a lot of people don't have this intuition about them. But if you have your intuition, you pay attention, it lacks that. It's hard to explain it outright, but you feel it. It lacks the human touch, and my intuition anyway tells me, nah, it's wrong. It's AI or not who they say they are. okay? It's just something's just off. It's like the spidey sense, right? Well, I know a lot of people don't seem to have that, and these devices, I think, are separating people from their intuition big time, and that's a problem. That's a problem because you were given that internal compass for a reason, and if you can't follow that, you probably survive all right, but it's going to make it a little more difficult to discern what's real and what's not, what's a problem, what's not, what's a threat and what's not. So careful about that, y'all. Have fun. Be safe out there.